All right, let's dive into the Salesforce Spring 25 release notes.
Well, yeah, this document is massive.
It covers everything, really.
It does.
From AI to security and everything in between.
Yeah, but don't worry.
We're here to break down
We are.
all the key updates and what they actually mean for you.
Think of it as like your cheat sheet to understanding how these changes
Right.
can actually, help your work.
Make your life easier.
Yes, exactly.
And maybe even revolutionize the way you use Salesforce.
Like, for instance, have you heard about how AI is getting
Oh, yeah.
really embedded into everything?
Yeah, it seems to be like a
Yeah.
big focus
It's a big shift.
in this release.
It is. It's not just like a couple new features. It's like a whole new way of working.
Yeah, I noticed Agentforce mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
Is that basically a rebranding of Einstein Copilot?
It's, I'd say it's more of an evolution
Okay.
than just a rebranding. The name Agentforce
Yeah.
really reflects how it's capable of being a true agent
Okay.
that works across different parts of Salesforce,
Yeah.
like in field service, for example.
Okay.
Agentforce can actually suggest appointments to fill scheduled gaps.
So not just suggesting any appointment.
No.
It's taking into account, like, my
Yeah, it's looking at your
rules.
business rules, your goals, your
That's super valuable.
specifics.
Yeah.
It's way more than just random assignments.
Totally.
And get this.
Yeah.
Imagine your field technicians using Siri to have Agentforce do things right in the field service mobile app.
Oh, wow.
They could, like, dictate notes or pull up knowledge articles, even update service records. Totally hands-free.
Wow, that would be a huge time saver for,
Yeah.
like, field teams.
Huge.
And
So it really is popping up all over the place.
It seems like it, yeah.
In this release, what about sales?
Oh, yeah, how could AI help in sales?
Well, picture this.
Okay.
Agentforce SDR becomes your, newest team member. It qualifies leads so your sales reps can focus on actually building relationships.
No, that's amazing, especially for teams that are struggling to keep up with lead qualification.
Exactly.
That would free up so much time to focus on those, like, high-value activities.
Right.
What about customer service?
Yeah,
Does Agentforce have a role there, too?
absolutely. So Agentforce Service Agent,
Okay.
it's becoming even better at understanding customer searches.
Oh, cool.
So it gives more accurate answers.
Which means happier customers.
Exactly. And it can analyze past cases to suggest solutions too.
Saves time and effort.
Saves everyone time, exactly.
It really seems like they're trying to make AI accessible
Yeah.
and useful for everyone. Like, I even saw a mention of Agent for Setup
Oh, yeah.
launching in February
That's a big one.
to, like, help people with the complexities of Salesforce setup.
That's right. It's a real sign that they're trying to, democratize AI.
Yeah.
So everyone from, admins to end users can use these tools.
That's really cool.
And it goes even further.
Oh, wow.
Even Data Cloud users can now use Agentforce to get suggestions for field mappings
Okay.
when they're creating write-back nodes, which really simplifies what used to be a complex task.
I can imagine that would save a lot of headaches
Oh, yeah.
for those who are working with
Indeed time.
data integration.
Take time.
So Agentforce is really changing the game,
It is.
it seems like, for a lot of different roles.
Yeah.
Within Salesforce, what about Sales Coach?
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Are there any updates there?
Sales Coach is getting a big upgrade, too.
Okay.
It can now access external information through data libraries.
Okay.
So it gives more personalized and reliable coaching to your sales teams.
So instead of just relying on, like,
Right.
internal data, it's
Right.
pulling from a wider range of information.
It's pulling in news sources, market trends,
It's cool.
competitor data,
Wow, so it's
right within the
very
platform.
more relevant and actionable.
It is. It's next level sales coaching.
Are these AI features available to everyone?
That's a good question.
Like, regardless of language?
You'll be happy to know that they are supported in all the languages that Einstein Conversation Insight supports currently.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So they're breaking down those language barriers
Yeah.
and making it accessible
Yeah,
to a global audience.
that's really great.
But let's move on from AI for a sec.
Okay.
I know there's some big updates happening in field service,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm curious to hear more about those.
Yeah, I'm ready to hear all about it.
You're right. Field service is getting a lot of love in this release.
Yeah.
And AI is definitely a big part of it. But there's more to it than just Agentforce,
Okay.
Like, for instance, dispatchers now have access to AI-powered tools to automatically fill those schedule gaps.
So instead of trying to juggle those schedules and find the right person,
It's like a,
The system's doing it for you.
matching,
Optimizing time,
skills, location.
resources.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What about,
It really takes the headache out of it.
what about in situations where appointment changes are frequent?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything to help manage that?
So they've introduced a new feature
Okay.
called Service Appointment Lifecycle.
Okay.
It's basically a history log for every appointment.
Okay.
So dispatchers can track all the changes made.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like resources assigned, durations adjusted, even the reasons for rescheduling.
That would be so helpful for like resolving disputes or like understanding why certain appointments were
Exactly.
rescheduled.
It eliminates all the guesswork.
Totally.
The frustration.
Instead of like digging through emails or notes.
Exactly. And,
It's right there.
it's not just about, figuring out what happened. It's also about data.
Right.
You can analyze those patterns in the scheduling changes.
Yeah.
Spot bottlenecks.
See like where things are breaking down.
Exactly. Recurring issues, training needs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really powerful. It seems like they're really giving users more
They are.
visibility into their data and the tools to analyze it.
More tools to analyze
to
it.
act on it, which is really
right.
that's good data management, right?
It is. That's what it's all about, turning data into insights.
Exactly.
And they're doing the same thing
Yeah.
with asset service predictions,
Yeah.
which are now generally available.
Okay.
These leverage service history to predict potential asset issues.
So moving from reactive maintenance
Exactly.
to proactive, which is huge. Imagine being able to anticipate potential issues
before they even happen.
Yeah, saves costly repairs, saves downtime.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
Huge win.
For everyone.
Yeah.
What about the field technicians themselves?
Yeah. Are there any new features that
Yeah.
improve their day-to-day experience?
There are some exciting updates
Okay.
for mobile workers, especially around offline capabilities.
Oh, cool.
Imagine, a technician arrives at a job site
Okay.
and the system automatically checks them in or pulls up the relevant documentation
Wow.
based on their location, all without needing internet.
So they're automating tasks based on geolocation.
Yes,
That's so smart, especially for those who are working
especially for remote areas.
in remote areas, yeah.
Spotty connection, exactly.
And for those situations where you do need forms,
Yeah,
even with limited connectivity.
they got you covered.
Oh, really?
There's the discovery framework, data capture flow,
Okay.
which allows you to create these dynamic forms that adapt to what the user's putting in.
Oh, that's cool.
So they only see the relevant questions.
So no more
Yeah.
wading through pages and pages of
It's
irrelevant.
all streamlined.
Yeah, it streamlines the whole
Then
process.
that's less burdensome
Yeah,
for those technicians.
for sure.
It's all about empowerment.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're really going all in on empowering field teams.
They are. And that same drive to empower is in the Commerce Cloud updates too.
Oh, okay.
We're seeing a ton of new features aimed at creating smoother workflows
Okay.
and better experiences.
I'm ready to hear all about the Commerce Cloud updates.
Right.
I've heard a lot of buzz around this, and I'm especially interested in how they're improving that checkout experience for online shoppers.
Okay, well, one of the biggest announcements is that selling and managing digital subscriptions is now generally available
Oh, wow.
for both B2B and DTC commerce.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so businesses can finally implement those recurring revenue models.
Yeah, I know a lot of companies have been waiting for that
They have.
to become generally available.
It opens up a whole world of possibilities,
Yeah, for sure.
especially for those looking for more predictable revenue stream.
Mm-hmm.
And to help minimize those lost sales, they've added the ability to trigger actions based on abandoned cart events.
Oh, so like a reminder email.
Exactly. A reminder email, maybe a targeted discount.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
Those little things that can make a big difference.
Exactly. It's all about those little nudges.
Yeah.
And to help you showcase your products better,
Yeah.
there are new components like mega menus and banners.
Oh, cool.
So you've got more flexibility in designing your online storefront.
Yeah, mega menus are great. For larger catalogs, allows you to
Better organization.
organize, better navigation.
And banners are perfect for,
Promotions, new arrival.
lighting things.
Yeah, it seems like they're making it a lot easier to create,
They are.
like visually appealing
They are.
and user-friendly online stores.
Yes.
And for those businesses with those large product catalogs,
Yeah.
being able to import inventory in bulk is
Huge time saver.
a huge time saver.
Right.
No more manual entry.
No more manual entry.
What about the checkout process itself?
Okay.
I know that can be kind of
Yeah, it's a pain point.
a pain point for a lot of online shoppers.
It is.
What are they doing to improve that experience?
They've made some really smart changes to the checkout flow.
Okay.
So now you can ship to multiple addresses, which is great for,
Makes sense.
gifts or things that...
Yeah, corporate gifting or even
Yeah.
like families ordering things for different people.
Exactly.
Makes it much more convenient.
It's all about convenience.
Yeah.
And they've enhanced the Pay Now button,
Oh, nice.
making it more prominent.
Yeah, sometimes people just want to
Yeah, they just want to get through it.
either make it easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're hitting all the key areas with these updates.
Yeah, definitely.
From those back-end workflows to the visual stuff to a better checkout experience.
They are.
It's all part of that bigger push to make Salesforce even more powerful
Mm-hmm.
for businesses of all sizes.
Oh, all right. Now let's shift gears
Okay.
to security.
Yeah,
Because in today's world, security is
non-negotiable.
non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Salesforce is really committed to enhancing those features. We're seeing some interesting developments
Okay.
in this release, especially around the login process.
For starters, they're introducing a login with email button,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
which seems small,
Yeah,
but I bet it'll save users a ton of time
so much time.
and frustration. No more trying to remember usernames
Exactly.
or
God.
forgotten passwords.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're also introducing this thing called headless user discovery.
Headless user discovery.
It's
It's a mouthful.
I'm not entirely familiar with that.
It basically aims to create a more convenient login experience,
Okay.
especially for like external client apps.
So can you explain a little bit more about
Yeah.
what that actually is?
So it's a more streamlined and efficient way to handle user authentication,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have users accessing Salesforce from lots of different places,
Yeah.
like different applications or devices. So imagine a user accessing Salesforce through like a mobile app that your company built.
Right.
Headless user discovery makes that login
Okay.
much smoother,
Got
more
it.
secure,
So it's really about
simplifying those processes
simplifying the behind the scenes
They
stuff
behind the scenes.
to make the user experience better.
Exactly.
And it sounds like they're also giving admins more control
More control.
over external app access.
You got it.
But these convenience features don't come at the expense of security, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
They're also introducing a bunch of new features to help admins monitor for vulnerabilities.
I would.
Threats.
Yeah.
So there are tools for monitoring transaction security policy, triggering events, certificate information, even transactional database tenant secrets.
Wow, they're really beefing up the security monitoring capabilities.
They are.
It sounds like admins will have a much better view of those potential risks and the tools to address them.
Exactly. It's about moving from that reactive to proactive
Yes.
security posture.
Love it.
But, with those features, there are a few things admins need to be aware of.
Okay, what do I need to be prepared for?
Well, you'll need to update your trusted URLs
Okay.
to adopt those latest content security policy directives.
So a little bit of housekeeping for admin.
Much little housekeeping.
Yeah.
But it's important.
But important for security.
And there's a release update that's going to end redirections for legacy host names
Okay.
in both production and demo orgs.
Got it.
So just keep that in mind.
So stay vigilant
Yeah.
and proactive
Proactive, yeah.
when it comes to managing those
Yes.
URLs and redirections.
It's all about those behind-the-scenes adjustments
Yeah.
to make sure everything's smooth
Yeah.
for everyone.
Smooth and secure.
And secure. Exactly.
All right, let's talk about a user experience I know a lot of people are excited about updates for. Lightning experience.
Okay. Yeah, that's a popular one.
Yeah.
What's new there?
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how this is being refined in the spring 25 release.
So there are some nice improvements, especially in terms of performance and functionality.
Yeah.
One big one is that stacked modals are now rendered using Lightning Web Components, or LWC, which should really boost performance.
That's great for those who
Yeah.
frequently use stacked mobile.
It's a much snappier experience.
Yeah, a more responsive experience.
But there is one thing for admins to note.
Okay, what's up?
You might need to add that new setup domain, .salesforce-setup.com,
Okay.
to your allow lists to make sure those setup pages in those modals load correctly,
Got it.
especially if browsers are blocking those third-party cookies.
Noted. Are there any other Lightning experience updates that stand out?
Well, list views are getting a cool upgrade.
Okay.
You can now sort them by up to 5 columns.
Oh, Oh, that's fantastic.
which is way better than just one.
Yeah, no more
Right.
limiting yourself to a single sort column.
Much easier to organize,
Yeah.
analyze data.
Create those complex.
Yes.
And meaningful sorts.
And that should save a lot of time and effort,
Yeah, especially when dealing
especially
with
with big data sets.
huge data sets.
Yeah.
Cool. What about permission sets?
Oh, yeah. Permission sets are getting some love, too.
Okay.
That permission set summary view is being updated to make user access management easier.
Okay.
And they're adding a view all fields object level permission.
Oh, so it's even easier for admins to control
Yeah. Control who sees what.
which users have access to specific fields.
That's right.
Data.
Keep everything safe.
Yeah, so important for data security and integrity.
It is.
I'm always happy to see enhancements that make security management easier.
And those object permissions are also getting clearer names,
Okay.
like view all and modify all.
Much more straightforward.
Much more straightforward than
Yeah.
what they used to be.
Awesome. It sounds like a win-win for both admins
It is.
and users.
Better performance, better functionality, easier access management.
They're really listening to that.
They are.
User feedback.
They're listening.
Yeah, and making those changes to improve the Lightning experience.
And that's a good segue into our next topic, developer productivity.
Okay.
Because, all these cool features
Yeah.
and functionality are made possible by developers.
Absolutely. Let's talk about some of those developer-focused updates.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of mentions of Lightning Web Runtime sites or LWR sites.
LWR, yeah.
Can you give us an overview of what those are and why developers should be excited about them?
Okay, so LWR is
It's a mouthful.
it's a modern web development framework that Salesforce built.
Okay.
It lets developers create really fast and engaging
Okay.
and scalable web experiences.
So it's all about creating those like seamless
Yeah,
app-like experiences on the web,
exactly.
but with the added benefit of integration with
with
that's what
Salesforce data and functionality.
And a big announcement is that you can now link files from those LWR sites to Salesforce.
Oh, cool.
And that's generally available. Cool.
So if you're building like a customer portal
Yeah.
or a community site,
Using LWR?
you can really integrate all those files
Uh-huh.
and documents seamlessly from your Salesforce org.
Making it a truly unified experience,
It is.
which would be so valuable
Yeah,
for
like self-service portal.
self-service knowledge bases.
Knowledge bases, exactly.
And to speed up development, there's a new feature called Local Dev.
Oh, yeah, local dev is cool.
Okay.
It gives developers a real-time preview of their LWR site.
So they can see their changes
Instantly.
as they're building.
Makes it more iterative.
Exactly. It's all about making that workflow as smooth as possible.
Yeah.
And mobile publishers also getting updates.
Oh, yes, mobile publisher.
Remember, that's the tool
Yeah.
that lets you create those branded mobile apps
Wow.
connected to your Salesforce org.
Mm-hmm. So powerful.
Yeah.
What's new in this release?
Well, these updates really enhance those Experience Cloud apps.
So you've got features like user opt-in biometric login
Oh, cool.
for more security, customizable security alerts, and expanded download offerings.
Wow. So it's really about creating
Yeah.
more secure, user-friendly,
It is.
feature-rich mobile experiences.
Yes, exactly.
Gives companies a lot more flexibility
Good
in
days.
how they design and deploy their mobile apps.
Exactly.
What about security for developers who are working on web applications?
Okay, yeah, so to give them more flexibility,
Yeah.
they can now use trusted sites even when the content security policy is in that strict mode.
Okay, so they can allow access to specific external sites
Yes.
without compromising the overall security.
Exactly. It's all about that balance.
Yeah.
And to make development even faster,
Yeah.
there's a new feature called Local Dev,
Oh, that's great.
which gives developers a real-time preview as they're building.
Yeah, so they can see the changes
Instantly.
instantly. Yeah, speeds up that development process.
Exactly.
Cool.
It's all about making it smooth.
It is.
And speaking of smooth, mobile publishers getting some updates too.
Oh, yeah, I love mobile pub.
Remember, that's the tool
Yeah.
that lets you create those branded mobile apps connected to Salesforce.
Powerful way to extend that Salesforce functionality
It is.
to mobile devices.
Yeah. So what's new is that they're enhancing those Experience Cloud apps.
Okay.
With features like user opt-in biometric login.
Oh, nice.
For better security, you can customize those security alerts.
Okay.
And there are more download offerings.
That's awesome. It really gives
Yeah.
companies more flexibility in how they design and deploy those apps.
You know, for a little bonus round,
Oh, I like this bonus round.
the release notes are massive.
They are huge.
So it's easy to miss some of the, smaller updates
Yeah.
that can have a big impact.
You hidden gems.
The hidden gems, exactly.
What have you found?
Well, did you know you can now compress and extract ZIP files right in Apex?
No way.
Yeah.
That's incredibly useful.
It's a big one. No more relying on,
Yeah, external libraries or workarounds.
Exactly.
Seems small.
It does.
It's huge.
But it's a big time saver.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of time savers,
Yes.
you can now evaluate dynamic formulas right in Apex, too.
Oh, cool.
It's generally available now.
So developers can create more
Flexible,
powerful logic within their code. So
Exactly.
it makes their applications even more dynamic.
Yeah.
Any other hidden gems you want to share?
Oh, there's tons of updates across the platform.
I bet.
Analytics enhancements.
Oh, yeah.
New features for LWR sites and Experience Cloud.
That's awesome.
It's a treasure trove for developers and admins.
It really seems like Salesforce is pushing the boundaries
They are.
with this release.
They are.
There's so much to unpack.
There is. It's an exciting time.
It is.
But before we keep going,
Yeah.
I'm curious to get your take.
Okay.
With all these AI features coming out, how do you think the role of a Salesforce admin will change in the coming year?
Oh, that's a great question. It's clear that AI is becoming more integrated into
Yeah.
the Salesforce ecosystem.
It is.
But, rather than replacing human roles, I think it's really going to augment them,
I think so too.
make everyone more efficient.
More
Is that
efficient,
the-
more effective.
Yeah.
AI is going to handle those routine tasks
Mm-hmm.
so we can focus on the strategic stuff.
Yeah, the creative stuff.
Exactly. Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
But for now, let's get back to those release notes.
Okay.
We've got a lot more to cover.
I'm ready.
All right,
Let's do it.
let's go.
Yeah.
So, while we're talking about these kind of smaller but impactful updates,
Yeah.
one that I noticed is for Apex developers,
Okay.
you can now evaluate those dynamic formulas directly within Apex.
Oh, cool.
It's a pretty big deal.
I can imagine, yeah, it would be super helpful for those who are working with
Right.
complex calculations or formulas that need to adjust on the fly.
It gives them a lot more flexibility and power.
No more clunky workarounds or limitations.
No more workarounds.
Yeah.
And, while we're talking about making things easier for developers,
Yeah.
the ability to link files from LWR sites to Salesforce records is now generally available.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Absolutely.
if I'm building a customer portal with LWR,
Yeah.
I can now integrate those files and documents right from Salesforce.
Exactly.
Seamlessly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, it creates a much more unified
Yeah, definitely.
experience.
For sure.
And here's another developer-friendly update.
Okay.
You can compress and extract ZIP files right within Apex now.
No way. That's
Pretty cool,
a big one. I can't tell you how many times I've had to
right?
rely on external libraries or complex workarounds to do that.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a big time saver.
a huge time saver for developers.
It is.
Yeah.
But, it's not all about developers.
Yeah.
This release has some great updates for admins, too.
Okay, I'm all ears. Admins are the unsung heroes of any Salesforce org.
No, you are.
So I'm always happy to hear about updates that make their lives easier.
Well, one that stands out is that improved data preview experience in recipes for those Salesforce data pipelines.
Oh, cool.
You can now sort columns, search preview data, freeze columns. You can even highlight specific rows, all right there in the recipe interface.
Wow, so admins can get
A much,
a much clearer and more manageable view of their data
yeah,
as they're building those recipes.
exactly. It gives them more control and visibility.
Exactly. It's all about giving them those tools to understand their data better.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And for those working in encrypted orgs, running those sequential recipes just got a lot faster.
Oh, that's nice.
So you don't have to sacrifice speed.
Even with the enhanced security measures.
Even with the security, exactly.
That's a win-win.
It is.
And to make sure everything's documented,
Yeah.
admins can now monitor those data flow and recipe deletions in the audit trail. Providing that clear record of
Full transparency,
any changes made.
accountability.
Yeah. That accountability and transparency is
Important.
very important, especially when it comes to those critical data processes.
Yeah.
And for those times when you need to collaborate on recipes.
Oh, yeah. Collaboration's key.
Yeah.
You can now give other users that read-only access.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can share them.
So you can share it for review, for feedback, without worrying about...
Without them messing things up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about facilitating better collaboration.
Yes.
Speaking of collaboration,
Okay.
let's talk about Salesforce order management.
All right. Order management.
Some big updates there.
Yeah, some significant updates. Definitely going to streamline a lot of processes,
Yeah,
especially for folks handling complex orders.
yeah. Order management's critical for so many businesses,
It is.
especially, in today's world of e-commerce.
Yeah, for sure.
What are some of the changes that stand out to you?
Well, one big one is the ability to cancel, return, and route orders that have product bundles.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
For businesses dealing with bundled products, that's
Yeah, it makes it way easier.
a game changer. It simplifies those tricky
Exactly.
return and exchange processes.
Yeah, smoother experience for everyone.
Much smoother.
Less headaches.
Yeah, less headaches for the customer, for the service agents.
Exactly.
And for those using Communications Cloud, managing those multi-site customer assets just got a lot easier.
Yeah, so if you're operating in multiple locations,
Yeah.
you can get a clearer picture of your customer assets.
Manage them more effectively. Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about that unified view of the customer.
Yeah, bringing all that data together.
Exactly.
Love it.
And speaking of bringing data together, let's talk about analytics.
Okay, I'm ready. Analytics are like the lifeblood of
Yeah.
any data-driven business.
They are.
And I'm always excited to hear about new tools and features.
Well, you're in luck.
Okay.
Salesforce is introducing a ton of new stuff
Oh, wow.
across their analytics tools, lightning reports and dashboards, data cloud reports and dashboards, CRM analytics.
So it seems like they're really doubling down on their commitment to provide those like powerful and user-friendly analytics tools.
They are.
What are some of the highlights?
Well, one feature I really like
Yeah.
is you can choose which dashboard widgets to refresh now.
Oh, that's great. So you don't have to
You don't have to refresh the whole thing,
refresh the whole thing.
just to see the latest data
Yeah.
for a couple key metrics.
It's all about making those insights more accessible, more actionable.
Exactly.
Yeah, love that.
And there's a cool beta feature that's going to automatically sort those report charts
Oh, nice.
when you change the report grouping order.
Oh, cool. So no more manual adjustment.
No more manual adjustment.
Fine.
So those charts will automatically align with the way you've grouped the data.
Makes it so much easier to spot those trends and patterns.
Exactly. Yeah.
And for those working with data cloud reports, yeah,
You can now highlight the minimum and maximum aggregates for those date fields,
that's right.
making it easier to identify those outlier values.
Easy to spot those outliers. Yeah.
Those visual cues are so helpful.
They are.
It's about making those data insights really jump off the screen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Data Cloud users can also now analyze those logical view and semantic union metrics right within their reports.
That's right.
So it provides a more comprehensive
It does.
understanding of their data.
So it's all about going beyond those surface level metrics and really getting into the details.
Uncovering the deeper insights.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these are just a few of the analytics enhancements.
It sounds like a lot.
It is. There's a lot going on.
Cool.
Salesforce is all about giving you the tools you need
Yeah.
to unlock the potential of your data.
It's clear that they're pulling out all the stops with this spring 25 release.
They are.
It's amazing.
So much to be excited about. From the AI-powered tools and the smarter field service solutions to the enhanced security features
Yeah.
and all the updates for developers and admins,
They're covering it all.
they're really covering all the bases.
It's a good time to be in the Salesforce world.
It is.
And that brings us to another key area of innovation,
Okay.
Experience Cloud.
Yes, Experience Cloud is where it all comes together.
It is.
So I'm really curious to see how they're enhancing this platform to, meet the evolving needs of businesses and their audiences.
Yeah, good point.
What are some highlights?
Okay, well, one of the biggest ones is that those enhanced LWR sites,
Okay.
they're now generally available.
Oh, cool.
So you get better performance, scalability, and more customization.
Wow. So now businesses can really leverage
They can.
the power of LWR
Yeah.
to create those
Right.
really engaging and customized digital experiences.
Yeah, that really make an impact.
That make an impact.
And you know those IS URLs? that you always see on Experience Cloud sites.
Yeah.
Well, good news, admins can customize those URLs now to remove the S
Oh, that's great.
at the end.
Makes them cleaner.
Cleaner.
More professional.
Yeah, it's a small detail,
Yeah.
but I think
it
it
makes a difference.
makes a big difference.
It does.
Yeah.
And security is always a top priority.
Yeah, of course.
So they're introducing a new feature that lets developers use those trusted sites,
Okay.
even when the content security policy is in that strict mode.
Oh, wow.
So they have more control over those external sites
yeah,
without compromising security.
it's all about finding that balance
It is.
between functionality and security.
It is.
And to bolster security even further,
Yeah,
they're moving to single domain certificates
that's right.
for their CDN.
So everything is delivered securely.
Ensures that content is delivered securely. Yeah.
Builds trust,
Yeah.
protects sensitive info.
Speaking of trust and security.
What about that user identity experience within Experience Cloud?
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Any changes there?
They're continuing to invest in that,
Okay.
making it easier and more secure for people to access their accounts.
Okay.
So you've got streamlined logins, enhanced security, simplified profile management
Oh, that's cool. It's all about creating that seamless,
Yeah.
secure experience.
from the moment they get there.
Right from the start, yeah.
Exactly.
What about for developers who are working on Aura record components?
Okay, so there's a big push to upgrade those to the LWR framework.
Okay.
This gives you better performance, better styling, more consistency across Experience Cloud sites.
So it's not just like making things look better.
It's about the whole package.
Yeah, but about improving that performance and maintainability.
Sure, exactly.
And to ensure that seamless experience across applications,
Yeah.
developers can now link files from their LWR sites
Right.
directly to Salesforce.
That's right. Breaking down those silos.
Yeah, making it easier to share resources,
Sure, exactly.
information.
It's about that unified ecosystem.
Yeah, where information just flows freely.
Yes.
So these updates to Experience Cloud
Yeah.
really highlight a broader trend that we're seeing, like across the whole Salesforce ecosystem.
What's that?
It's about creating those like personalized,
Yeah.
connected, and engaging experiences.
It's about the experience.
It really is. It goes beyond just providing a product or service. It's
Yeah.
about building those
Relations.
deeper relationships.
Yeah.
So,
It's not just about those general updates, though.
okay.
Salesforce is also tailoring its solutions to different industries.
No, that's it's fascinating how they take this core platform
Yeah.
and they adapt it to solve real-world problems
Yeah.
across a variety of sectors.
They're pretty cool.
What are some of the industry-specific updates?
Well, in healthcare,
Okay.
there's a big focus on patient engagement and care coordination.
Makes sense.
So Health Cloud is getting enhancements to its provider search,
Okay.
making it easier for patients to find the right providers.
Oh, cool. So it's like a personalized
Yeah.
matchmaker for healthcare.
It is matching patients with the right providers.
Yeah, to ensure the best possible care.
Exactly.
And beyond just finding providers,
Yeah.
there are also updates to that care request functionality.
That's right. Streamline the communication and collaboration between providers
Yeah. So it's
to manage those care plans better.
It's all about creating that seamless,
Seamless, yeah,
connected experience.
for everyone involved.
Yeah, for everyone. I love how they're taking those complex healthcare processes and simplifying them through technology.
Yeah, it's powerful.
What about other industries?
Uh-huh.
What's happening in financial services?
Well, in financial services,
Okay.
it's all about personalization and engagement for clients.
Makes sense.
So Financial Services Cloud
Okay.
is enhancing its business relationship planning tools, so advisors can really understand their clients' needs and goals.
So it's about moving beyond like those
Yeah, those transactional interactions
transactional,
and offering
more tailored advice.
yeah, tailored advice and services.
Build those relationships.
Yeah, make those financial decisions
Yeah.
feel more personal,
Less scary.
less scary. Yeah.
And in manufacturing,
Okay.
Salesforce is helping businesses optimize their operations
Okay.
and improve supply chain visibility.
So important these days.
So Manufacturing Cloud is getting enhancements to its sales agreement functionality,
Okay.
making it easier to manage pricing and product configurations.
Oh, cool.
So you can create more accurate quotes, manage your orders better.
Streamlining those processes.
Exactly. And with the supply chain being so unpredictable,
Yeah,
having that real-time visibility is key.
it's more important than ever.
Yeah, so manufacturers can make those informed decisions and keep things running smoothly.
It's about turning data into actionable insights.
And using that information to make smarter decisions.
It is.
Yeah.
So you can optimize and minimize risk.
Love it.
And those are just a few examples
Yeah.
of how they're tailoring these solutions.
It's really impressive how they take this platform,
Yeah.
adapt it to each industry.
As we're looking at all these updates,
Yeah,
it's important to zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
that's a great point.
What are some of the broader themes?
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in the details,
It is.
but it's important to step back and see the forest for the trees.
Exactly. So what do you see?
Well, one that's impossible to ignore is
Yeah.
AI.
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere.
AI is everywhere.
We've talked about Agentforce
Yeah.
and how it's becoming more integrated,
More and more.
but it's also influencing things like data analysis, automation.
User experience even.
Yeah, even the user experience.
Salesforce is betting big on AI.
They are.
They're not just adding it on, they're weaving it into everything.
Yeah, it's like in the DNA of the platform now.
Exactly.
And this trend is only going to accelerate.
It is, yeah.
We're going to see AI
More and more embedded.
become even more deeply embedded in our workflow.
Yeah, making us more efficient and productive.
So it's not about AI taking our jobs.
Right.
It's
about helping us.
AI augmenting our capabilities.
Exactly.
Empowering us
Yes.
to do more with less.
Exactly.
Another theme that jumps out is connectivity
Connectivity. Oh, yeah.
and integration.
Yeah.
But breaking down those silos between apps and data.
They are, making it all accessible.
Yeah, like being able to link files from LWR sites to Salesforce records.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Integration of knowledge articles with Data Cloud
Yeah.
and those enhanced APIs.
Yeah, connect with anything.
That make it so much easier to connect with other systems.
It's all about that unified view
Mm-hmm.
of the customer, the business,
The data.
all of it.
Yeah.
And that connectivity extends outward too.
Yeah.
With those integrations with Microsoft
Mm-hmm.
and Google,
Mhm.
they know businesses rely on different tools.
We use a lot of tools.
They're making it all work together.
Yeah.
And that leads us to another theme, automation.
Yes, automation, they're making it easier to automate
So much easier.
those routine, repetitive tasks.
The boring tasks.
Yeah, so we can focus on the more strategic and creative work.
That's right. Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
And another theme is personalization and customer experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't just offer product anymore.
No.
You got to create those experiences that really stand out.
Yeah, build that loyalty.
That loyalty, yeah.
We see this with the updates to Experience Cloud, the Commerce Cloud checkout.
Yeah.
Those personalized recommendations that are popping up.
It's all about understanding the customer.
Yeah, using that knowledge to create,
Those perfect experiences.
yeah, those experiences that resonate.
And that focus on personalization extends to employees too.
Yeah, that employee experience
Yeah, they want to create those engaging and empowering workplaces.
that attract and retain top talent.
Exactly. Happy employees, happy business.
Yeah,
And we can't forget about security.
absolutely not. Security is non-negotiable.
It's essential.
We've seen it with those LWR site security features.
Yeah, those monitoring tools, the
Yeah.
identity management updates.
It's all about protecting that sensitive data,
That's
building trust.
Yes.
It's clear that Salesforce is really committed to empowering businesses
They are.
to succeed in this, like
Yeah.
rapidly evolving digital age.
It's a crazy world out there,
It is, and this spring 25 release is really a testament to that commitment.
packed with innovations.
Packed with innovations.
They help businesses of all sizes.
Yeah, to work smarter, connect better, and achieve their goals.
That's right.
But, it's not just about the general updates.
Yeah.
They're also making strides in tailoring solutions to specific industries.
Oh, yeah, that's always exciting to see.
It's fascinating how they adapt this platform to solve those real-world problems.
Yeah, across all those different industries.
What are some industry-specific updates?
Well, in healthcare, they're focusing on patient engagement and care coordination.
Oh, okay.
So Health Cloud is getting those enhancements to the provider search.
Okay.
So
good.
patients can find the right providers.
So it's like a personalized matchmaker for healthcare.
Exactly. It's connecting patients with the right providers to make sure they get the best care.
Love that. And beyond just finding those providers,
Yeah.
there are also updates to the care request functionality.
Yeah, they're streamlining the communication between providers so they can manage care plans better.
Yeah, it's all about creating that seamless,
Yeah, connected experience.
connected experience for everyone involved in that patient's journey.
Yeah.
I love how they're simplifying those complex healthcare processes through technology.
It's pretty amazing.
What about other industries?
Like-
Like what's happening in financial services?
Well, in financial services, it's all about personalizing those client experiences.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they're enhancing those business relationship planning tools in Financial Services Cloud.
So advisors can really understand their clients' needs and goals.
Exactly. So they can go beyond those basic transactions and offer more personalized advice.
Yeah, build stronger relationships.
Exactly. Make those financial decisions less scary.
Less scary, for sure.
And for manufacturing,
Yeah.
Salesforce is helping to optimize operations and improve supply chain visibility.
So important these days.
Yeah, they're enhancing the sales agreement functionality in Manufacturing Cloud.
Okay.
So manufacturers can create more accurate quotes and manage those orders better.
It's all about streamlining those processes.
Yeah, and with all the uncertainty in the supply chain,
Right.
having that real-time visibility is key.
More critical than ever.
It is. So manufacturers can make those smart decisions and keep things running smoothly.
Yeah, it's about turning data into insights and using those insights to make better decisions.
Exactly.
So you can minimize risk and optimize efficiency.
That's right.
Love it.
And these are just a few examples of how they're tailoring those solutions to different industries.
Yeah, it's really impressive how they take this platform and adapt it to each sector.
Yeah, they're not just building one solution for everyone. They're creating a system that can handle anything.
Yeah, it's a versatile ecosystem that can address a wide range of business needs.
Now, as we're looking at all these updates,
Yeah,
it's good to zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
that's a great point.
What are some of the broader themes that you see?
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in the details, but it's important to step back and see the forest for the trees.
What do you see?
Well, one theme that's impossible to ignore is AI.
AI is everywhere.
We've talked about Agentforce and how it's getting more integrated,
Yeah.
but AI is also influencing things like data analysis, automation,
Even the user
the
experience.
user experience. Yeah,
Salesforce is betting big on AI.
they are.
It's not just an add-on. It's built into everything.
Yeah, it's in the DNA of the platform now,
Exactly.
and this trend is only going to accelerate.
It is. We're going to see AI more and more embedded in our workflows.
So it's not about AI replacing jobs, it's about AI augmenting our capabilities,
Right.
empowering us to do more with less effort.
Exactly.
Another theme that jumps out is connectivity
Connectivity.
and integration.
Yeah.
Salesforce is breaking down those silos between apps and data.
Making everything accessible.
Yeah, like being able to link files from LWR sites to Salesforce records.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Or integrating those knowledge articles with Data Cloud.
Yeah.
Or those enhanced APIs that make it easier to connect with external systems.
It's about that unified view of the customer, the business, the data,
Yeah.
all of it.
And that connectivity extends outward, too, with those integrations with Microsoft and Google.
That's right, because businesses use lots of different tools.
We do.
And Salesforce is making sure they all work together.
Yeah.
Which brings us to automation.
Yeah, automation, they're making it so much easier to automate those routine tasks.
Exactly. Get rid of the boring stuff.
So we can focus on the strategic, the creative work.
Exactly. Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
And then there's personalization and customer experience.
Oh, yeah. It's not enough to just offer a product or a service anymore.
You got to stand out.
Yeah, you've got to create those amazing experiences.
Start that loyalty.
Build that loyalty.
We see this in the Experience Cloud updates, the Commerce Cloud checkout, those personalized recommendations.
They're everywhere.
It's all about understanding your customer.
And creating those experiences that resonate.
Exactly.
And that focus on personalization goes beyond just customers. We're seeing it with employees, too.
That's right. They're creating more engaging workplaces.
Attracting and retaining that top talent.
Happy employees. Happy business.
Exactly.
And of course, we can't forget about security.
Absolutely not. Security is non-negotiable.
It's essential.
We've seen this with those LWR site security features, those admin monitoring tools, those identity management updates.
Yeah, they're protecting that sensitive data.
Building trust.
Building trust.
It's clear that Salesforce is committed to helping businesses succeed in this crazy digital world.
They are.
And this spring 25 release is a testament to that.
It's packed with innovations.
So many innovations
For businesses of all sizes.
to help them work smarter, connect better, and achieve their goals.
It's a good time to be in the Salesforce world.
It is. It's an exciting time.
It is.
Now it's time to shift gears one last time and talk about something that's not explicitly mentioned in these release notes.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
With all this talk about the cool new stuff,
Yeah.
we need to remember those essential things that still need your attention,
Oh, yeah. Good point.
especially when it comes to release updates.
Those release updates are crucial.
They are.
So what do we need to know?
Let's dive into some of the key ones. One big one is related to those Lightning Web components, those stacked modals we were talking about.
Yeah, stacked modals.
Yeah.
Remember how those are now rendered using LWC?
Yes, for that improved performance.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
It is. To make sure those setup pages within those modals load correctly when browsers are blocking third-party cookies, admins need to add that new setup domain, .salesforce-setup.com, to their allow lists.
It's a small step.
It is, but it's important to make sure those critical setup functions
Yes.
remain accessible.
It's essential.
And speaking of Lightning experience,
Yeah.
list views are also moving to Lightning Web components.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it aligns with that overall strategy to modernize the platform and leverage LWC.
It does.
But this change could impact any custom code or integrations that rely on that previous list view structure.
Oh, right.
So admins and developers need to review and update their customizations
Yeah.
to make sure everything's compatible.
Thorough testing is key.
And here's an update for admins working with lots of custom fields.
Okay, this sounds important for those dealing with those complex data models.
Yeah, they're updating the maximum number of characters allowed in a custom field name path
Okay.
from 255 to 400 characters.
While this seems like a small change,
Yeah.
it could have implications during deployments, especially if those custom field name paths exceed the new limit. So thorough testing and planning are
Essential, yeah.
absolutely.
What about those ice change formula evaluations?
Oh, yeah. Good one. They're changing how those are handled for text fields.
Okay, so another area where
Yeah,
careful review and testing is needed
it is.
to make sure everything continues to work
Exactly.
after the update.
Now, speaking of things working as expected,
Mhm.
are you familiar with ICU locale formats?
Those are the international standard for formatting, like dates, times, currencies,
all those values.
to make sure things are consistent.
Exactly. Yeah. Across regions and languages.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are crucial
They are.
for any global business,
Yeah, for sure.
working with data from all over the world.
Well, this release is enforcing the use of those ICU locale formats across the entire platform.
Okay.
So admins need to make sure their orgs are compliant.
Another item to check off the list. Another item to check off the list to make sure your data is consistent and avoid any issues with localization.
Exactly. Those formats are super important for global businesses.
They are.
Speaking of making sure things are working correctly,
Yeah.
there's another release update related to API requests and my domain URLs.
Okay, it seems like a lot of these updates involve making sure things are properly configured and aligned with Salesforce's evolving security standards.
You're right, and this API update is no different.
Okay, so what is it?
So they're getting rid of the service that supports hard-coded references to instance names in API application traffic routing.
Okay, that sounds pretty technical.
It is a bit technical.
Can you explain what that means for admin?
Sure. Basically, it means any API requests need to use your my domain URL instead of that instance-specific URL.
Got it. Enhance the security? Make sure the traffic is routed correctly?
Exactly.
So another thing for admins to review and update?
Yep. Checks those API configurations.
Okay.
And while we're talking about security, there's another important release update for anyone concerned about data privacy.
Oh, data privacy is huge.
It is, and Salesforce is making some changes to how it handles personally identifiable information, or PII, in Apex logs.
Okay, so what do admins need to know?
Well, they're enhancing the masking of PII data in those logs.
So that means...
So any sensitive info like social security numbers or credit card details is automatically masked
Okay.
to prevent unauthorized access and make sure you comply with privacy regulations.
That's a huge win for security.
It is.
What does this mean for admins in terms of managing those logs?
Admins will need to understand those updated masking patterns
Okay.
and make sure their logging levels are set correctly to capture the right info.
So it's all about balancing that need for visibility with protecting sensitive data.
Exactly. You said it perfectly.
It seems like there's a lot to keep track of with these release updates.
There is, but don't worry, Salesforce has a ton of resources to help you out.
That's good to hear.
The release notes are a great place to start. And you can find articles, videos, even forum discussions.
Yeah, the Salesforce community is a great resource.
It is, so don't be afraid to ask questions.
So the key takeaway is to be proactive.
Yes, start planning early.
Yeah.
Test those changes in your sandbox.
Avoid those last-minute surprises.
Well, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into the Spring 25 release notes.
We've covered so much.
We have from AI to security, release updates, industry-specific stuff.
I'm exhausted, but in a good way.
Me too.
There's a lot to be excited about.
There is.
As we wrap up, what's your one key takeaway for our listeners?
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
Explore those release notes. Experiment. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
And remember, the Salesforce community is there to support you.
It is. We're all in this together.
Happy exploring, everyone!